All right, we're going to be talking about a storm that's out there right now that's exiting, but I want to spend time talking with you about another storm that has yet to form that I think could have some pretty big effects on us by the time you get to Saturday. Currently outside, the official reading in the park, and we've picked up just about an inch of snow. It's 30 degrees as of right now. So will we be adding to that? Chances are for New York City, no. There's a little bit of snow out there. It's making its way into Washington, D.C. right now. I will say this northern fringe is starting to fill in a little bit. So I think we could see some snowflakes in and around New York City, but I think it's south of the area where you could add just a little bit more, anywhere from, maybe a tenth to an inch of snow for the areas south of the city. So put it into motion. Watch how this all plays out. Here we are, 11:30 tonight. So maybe a couple of snowflakes in and around the city, but boy, that's very light. It's not something that really becomes measurable. We see that darker sort of whitish purple color. Now down around Atlantic City, you could see that half an inch to an inch of additional snow on top of the about 2 inches you've picked up today. By midnight, it's moved so quickly. Now it's out around Suffolk County, nipping at the Jersey Shore. And then 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's done all together. Now it's all about the cold air and those winds that are blowing for 3 days straight. Then I want to talk about what's brewing out there. So the amount of snow that you see for the rest of this day, this is showing 0.1 in Edison, 0.8 Stafford, a trace perhaps in and around New York City. But it's what's out there as we look down the road that I think is going to bump our numbers up. Because so far, the snow to date, I know we're early into January, but this month has given us the 0.9 that we picked up today. You picked up over 2 inches for December, so you're now resting at 3.7 for the season. The average reading for this time of the year, we should be at 6.7, so we're 3 inches shy, but we're way above where we were last year. Last year, you ended the season with 7.5, so you're just about halfway right now, and you're really only just getting started with your snowy months, and boy, you're way above where you were 2 years ago, which was the driest, snowless winter that we had in New York City. This is the situation that could change everything as far as those numbers are concerned by the time we get to Saturday. All right, it's a storm that's going to be coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, putting down some real tough conditions in Texas on Thursday. By Friday night, it's into, say, western Pennsylvania. It looks like a pretty decent wall of snow. Well, watch this. The European says it gets eroded by a high pressure to the north, and we don't pick up really anything out of it. Well, I want to show you another study that suggests that storm's going to push offshore and then curve to the north, hug the shoreline, which is the worst place it can be if you're trying to avoid snow, because by hugging the shoreline, it's close enough that it's got a lot of available moisture. We catch a lot of snow, but it's far enough offshore that we're still on the cold side of it, so everything would be primarily snow. But you've got two totally different scenarios here, one pushing it offshore, one keeping it close to shore. European is saying it's 0.2, next to nothing. Well, the GFS saying 9.5. It merits keeping an eye on what happens for Saturday. Now, when you see two studies that are that far apart, there's no consensus, there's no agreement. I can't give you a precise forecast until we are better adjusted to where that track is going to go. And right now, I keep us in a situation where we are watching Saturday. I know we've got watching for Sunday. It's Saturday, guys, that we watch for the potential for some sizable snow around here. We haven't had a real sizable storm here for snow forever. It's been a long time,
right? I feel like my kids were so little the last time we had a big snowstorm.
I do remember when I was living in the Upper West Side where you couldn't tell where your car was.
My kids don't ever think it's ever happened, the way we've been going around.
Yeah, that's so true.
Let's see.
And it was sort of a poor excuse for a white Christmas this year. We got it.
Details. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Lonnie.